I moved into a shared apartment a few months ago, eager to save on rent. My roommate Sarah was quite nice, but a bit reserved. Nothing out of the ordinary. We got along well, and life started to settle into a comfortable routine. But then one night, she simply disappeared. I woke up to find her room empty, her bed untouched, and her things gone. No note, no explanation. It felt like she had just vanished off the face of the earth. I thought maybe she went to visit family or friends, but when I tried calling her, there was no answer. The silence that followed was unsettling. I chalked it up to an odd circumstance, at least until I filed the missing persons report. The police investigation went nowhere. Sarah had no family in town, and her friends didn't seem to know anything about where she went. It wasn't until a few days later, when I was cleaning up her room, I started to find odd things. The closet was full of clothes, but none of them looked like her. There were receipts for things that I'd never seen her buy. A flight ticket to a city across the country, a hotel reservation in a town I couldn't find on the map, and a collection of books about mental health, paranoia, and trauma. The more I dug, the stranger the closet got. It was as if though I didn't know this person at all. In the back of her desk drawer, I found a small worn journal. The pages were filled with odd entries about paranoia, being watched, and warning herself about keeping her true identity hidden. The last entry was written in shaky handwriting, saying that I'm not sure if they know I've been lying. I can't trust anyone. My heart started to race. I was living with someone who was clearly hiding something. But what? As I read more, I found entries about Sarah's other life and how she'd been instructed to stay under the radar. She mentioned a third party. She was afraid of someone who had been following her for years. Unable to shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong, I checked the apartment's security cameras. I never thought to review the footage before, but when I did, it revealed something that made my blood run cold. At 2 a.m., the night Sarah disappeared, she watched as she left the apartment, except she wasn't alone. A figure I didn't recognize was with her. The person was tall, their face was obscured by the hood, and they moved like they were in a hurry. The two of them left the building together, disappeared into the darkness. What bothered me was the way Sarah looked back before she left. It was as she was worried I might see them. As I pieced together what little I knew, I began to uncover something more unsettling. A friend of mine, a private investigator, managed to dig up some information about Sarah that sent chills down my spine. It turned out Sarah wasn't her real name. Her real name, according to all records, belonged to a woman who had been reported missing years ago. It was as though the person I had been living with was a ghost, an imposter, or something far worse. The last time I saw Sarah was on the security footage, but the person I had once shared apartment with was gone. I moved out of the apartment shortly after, unable to live in a place that felt so wrong. I tried to contact the police again, but they insisted that they had clearly closed her case. No one believed me. I'll never forget the way the figure had looked on the video. Walking out of the apartment was Sarah,